All right, well, hello and welcome back as we are getting ready for the second game of the night as we are going to have the Chicago Inferno up against the Calgary Chugs. Now we got quite a bit to go through for the first game that I'm streaming of the week, so let's get it started. You can see Chicago sitting at 6-0, while Calgary 3-3, both winning in 4 games last week, but of course a much better streak at 1 versus 6 over for the Inferno. Upcoming, you can see Chicago a big matchup against Hanoi next week, and then similarly for against Lincoln for Calgary, and then a worse team to close out their seasons. Moving over to our weekly schedule, just the one game played, which was the last one that happened with Lincoln sweeping Arcadia. That leaves the standings like this, with the two teams at the top, Lincoln half a game behind, then New York, Santa Carla, and Calgary all tied, and then the 4-team block below that, although Arcadia have found some separation a step below after their loss. That, of course, means 3 teams have clinched. That is half the pool, and here's your order, which does happen to match the standings. Moving down to our scenarios, okay, no, it's right. It's just not listing right, but there you go. As we're going to have 4 pages to go through, let's go. So, first of all of these teams need a win, and then that block of 4 we mentioned to all lose. That's their baseline. But you notice New York and Santa Carla play Havana and Miami, so therefore they only need 3 other teams to lose. Moving down then to Calgary, who are in this game, since they play Chicago, they need a win and all 4 of those teams to lose. Moving then down to our play-in, we are going to have all 4 of those teams also able to be locked to the play-in, which happens basically the opposite of the other teams. If they lose and all 3 of those teams win, then they are locked to the bottom 4. And again, for Miami, they play Santa Carla, so they only need 2 teams to win. For Steinhatchee, it's all 3. Then for our next 2, again, Havana play New York, so they only need 2. While Arcadia played Lincoln, so they needed all 3. However, Arcadia have already lost, and so now they're just waiting and hoping that at least one of those teams loses to keep them alive. Moving down then to our stats, it is Hallow and Remy that are the key. No, that's not right. It should be Matt who are the key players, with the team averages fully in the favor of Chicago, 6-0. Okay, I'm waiting. We might have people joining. We at least have 1 team in. As I am getting that key player switched, by the way, while we're waiting here. So I should be getting that switched over in just 1 second. As there you go. Bang. There you go. And so now we are just waiting once again for everyone to get in here, and then we'll be getting this game underway. I think I've seen 3 different okay. As Chicago are just waiting on Chicago are waiting on Hallow. That they said 10 minutes max is how long he'll be. Well, 10 minutes is how long they have on an FF timer. And so, yeah, as of now, they kind of got to get him in here. But, of course, it does come down to Vice. Or, yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. What are we trying to... Oh, for the person who asked. Fair, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, Vice, I mean, that's up to you guys. You guys agree and set a game time. And so if you want to move the game time, then you can agree to do that, and then it moves. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, Halio, I'm going to be so shocked if one of the... Because again, let's look at the standings real quick. Let me switch over back to that, just while we're here. Because I am going to be very shocked if these standings move much. Like, there you go. And of course, I think it's pretty cringe if we see a forfeit come through, but End of the day, again, they set a game time. It's up to them if they want to move it. It's up to them if they don't want to. Now, it's going to be very unfortunate and a bit annoying if, in the end, it is they take a forfeit at 8:10 and then he joins at like 8:11. But, I guess that's up to them. As I was saying, you can see the top 3 are clinched and none are locked to the play-in yet, but it's a 2-game gap and there are 2 games after this week. So, of course, most teams haven't played. It could technically close to 1 if one of those teams win and another loses. So that, it is possible. But I think the top 6 have played better fairly consistently, and it's just such a clear gap that I will be surprised if we see a lot of movement, but it is absolutely possible. So, hey, we'll see. As, again, we are just waiting. I'm going to be a bit lenient because I would guess I might have sent the info a little bit closer to 8:01. So they have until 8:11, I'm saying. So there you go. I messaged Vice that so he knows that I'm saying it is until 8:11 because I usually take just about a minute to get everything going. So, okay. And I'm being told that Halo might be launching. So, there we go. Yeah, Halio. What I was told, as we can go back to our stats again, because I think we're going to be getting this one started soon. What I was told at 8:01 was Wico asked how long they have for a forfeit because Halo would be 10 minutes max. And I said, well, 10 minutes would be the forfeit time. But if the other team agrees, you guys could move it back. So then from there, it was said that the other team didn't want to agree to delay. So they were just going to take it. But, of course, it was a 10 minutes max. And so now we have Halo getting on. And now we're good. So we are just waiting. That, again, we have currently just Vice in the lobby. But Matt and Remy have both joined at different times. As, by the way, interestingly, we are going to have main roster for Calgary. I don't remember. I might remember the date of, the 18th or something that Matt's going on vacation. So this might be his time for a bit. I just don't think there's a point in that, Halio, honestly. Especially because, for the most part, as we do have everyone in, so I'm not going to delay, and I'm just going to get this one underway. I honestly, we barely see any forfeits because if it's at all close, then a team just agrees to push it a couple minutes and then it gets played. But the few forfeits we do see, it is someone is asleep and doesn't show up until pretty notably later. So I don't think there's a point in a soft forfeit. Then you have to wait a few minutes, That's okay. We are going to see the first goal on the board, only 12 seconds in. As Wico tries to clear it, it doesn't go very far. Zach also just panicking. Remy able to get back to it, slice that one through. And so it is 1-0 Calgary early on into this one. Remy, another one played away. Zach up in the air, getting it down towards the back wall. Remy will be on the catch. Now under it, trying to stay with it. Reset down, looking to get it forward. Matt diving in, popped up in the air. Yeah, there are some people who don't want to push it, but for the most part, people do, or it doesn't become an issue. And again, the few forfeits we have had has been, it's not close for the most part. So, and this one's away. Remy down off the ceiling. I just don't really see the point of having an extra 5-minute buffer because, again, it just doesn't happen that often. But before we spend a whole game talking about that, we can lock back in here as Wico's in the air. He'll go back wall, but doesn't have the boost to get around it, so the double goes wide. Halo now looking for a center as Vice sits under it, dunked up in the air by Vice. Now dropping back down. We go. Dunked by Vice the other way. Hallow cheated up a little bit. Will have to jump up, but will get the touch off the back wall, though there isn't a double, and so Remy can keep the pressure on. Remy now a pass out. Low boost on Hallow. Matt down off the post, but it's caught down. Now popped all the way away by Matt. Remy will try to get there, but can't really get up to it very well. Now Hallow makes a save. Dropping down. Hallow reset forward. This one down. Now cleared away. Wiko off the side. Zach is there. Shot is wide. Hallow's too far to follow it. 3 minutes left to go. Still only that 1-0 off the goal at 12 seconds into the game. Yeah. You know. This one's down the sideline again, trying to follow it across, dropping down. I mean, that playoffs was just cursed, right? Now cleared down the sideline again. Bouncing around the corner. Hallow bumped off it. Last season, if you're talking about overall, Scallops, it was just kind of pretty obvious that they were probably going to win. As Hallow plays it off the right side. So speaking of that, we do have 2 reigning champions in this game. As we, of course, have Matt and Hallow, I believe, who are both on that roster. Hallow following this one up, gets a reset down. Honestly, a little bit surprised at how this game is going. By the way, I didn't get a pregame prediction. It might have changed, given the knowledge that Matt was there. Just seeing that, as there you go, though. Big dunk by Wiko. That'll find its way through, and just like that, we are tied up 1-1. Zach gets the win forward. A little bit awkward on the defense, and Wiko just able to dive in, get a piece of it, and get his team the goal. As I was going to say, I probably would have said Chicago, knowing with Matt, probably in 5, maybe in 4. But, I mean, to be fair, Chicago definitely looked a bit shaky last week. And Calgary have looked pretty good, although I guess this is somewhat playing into Chicago, because as I've pointed out, like in the New York series, Calgary are a team that want to be able to play around each other, look for passes, and set up for some extended pressure in order to kind of wear you down. And so we've kind of seen a more midfield game, and it hasn't been very fast. And I feel like that's kind of playing into how Chicago want to play. That they are willing to kind of soak pressure without actually letting you pressure. That they'll just have Hallow or someone sitting back, that they'll just get up, get that save. Zach can try to follow up, but Vice will get there first. Remy in next. Touch just off the bar. Vice up again, but Zach blocks it wide. Vice trying to dive back in, but he'll get beat. Now Wiko, the counter, and Chicago take the lead. Calgary try to push forward, but they don't get the goal, and it goes right back at them. Wiko gets the block, gets the clear, and gets the goal. 1 minute left to play. Chicago have scored 2 straight, and they now lead. Hello, looking for a touchdown. It'll get 50'd. It might be in. That one is in. Vice with a fantastic redirect forward. Hallow going for the reset, but Remy just doesn't want to give it to him. It skims right off his car. And just like that, it is tied up 2-2. A fantastic counter there by Calgary. And the momentum turns right back the other way. Now this one down just off the bar again. Almost a full momentum shift as we cross the 30-second mark here. Remy trying to clear it forward. Zach will knock it down. Bouncing back up. Vice trying to get it away. Hallow towards the net. Caught wide down by Matt. Remy a pop away, but Wiko's able to get there. Now 50'd out off the side wall. Zach will be diving in. He'll get it forward. Matt left alone, low on boost, but plenty of time to get that clear. Hallow now following it into the corner. Popped around the outside. Vice trying to jump in. Cleared away. Matt in next. Fakes out Wiko. This one will get down to the corner. Hallow will keep it alive. Downfield. Fake is there. A great read, but it just falls short. And we head to overtime in game number 1. It's been pretty slow. It's been back and forth, but in the end, Remy calls game. It doesn't take too long, and Calgary take game 1. Just a shot down the middle. And the Chugs, who started this game so strong, will finish strong as well, as they manage to outshoot them 10-6. And they get that extra goal on the board in OT. And so as we look forward to DFH Stadium for game number 2, it will be Calgary with the series lead. But let's see if they can keep it up, because again, that was very back and forth. In the end, we said Calgary weren't really getting the pressure they would typically want, but they were getting plenty of counters that I think Chicago need to be a bit more careful. Of course, it's hard to respond to that pinch downfield off Hallow's car, but for the most part, it felt like Calgary didn't really need the pressure or the big plays, because they just found an easy opportunity off of the defense just being out of position. So you need to make sure you're playing some good defense. And then I think Chicago, of course, would love to get more offense, but so far it's all Calgary. That's a big save by Hallow. They need more. That dunk will get it downfield. Still, it's played for free by Matt. Trying to get it out from the back wall, looking for the 50 down. It'll bounce down towards the corner. Now off the side again, just by Hallow. Vice has to give it up to Wico, but Wico's touch is just a giveaway right back to Remy. Now Remy a 50 down. Matt waiting behind Vice. Vice gets one challenge. Hallow now takes control. High pop, touch on it by Matt, and that sets up Remy to just bang it downfield. Chicago now going to need to reset as it's centered across. Matt in the air, drops it in. 1-0, Calgary score. A great drop down angle there, gets it around the defense. And just like that, with under 4 minutes left to go. So just over a minute played, still early here, but a very strong start for Calgary, and they once again will claim first blood here. And Zach will try to play it away. This one sent downfield. Vice following it up. It'll get around the outside. Matt now trying to take control for a clear. Dunk back in by Wico, but Vice is already under it. By the way, I do believe that's a different preset for Wico. This one dropping in. Hallow now looking for another pop away. Zach from the right wall. Dropping in again. Zach another 50 dropping down, but cleared away in the end. Now Remy trying to get it forward. Hallow over to the right side. Hallow 50 to the center. Zach will turn around it. Wico now in the air. This one dropping down off the ceiling. Zach, big clear, but Remy's up early and will play it out to the side. Now controlling it again. We've settled into a very back and forth and fairly slow game here, but favoring Calgary because they're the ones with the lead and they're the ones who can play with that advantage. And I think that is a very strong position that we've seen from them. When Calgary get a lead, we've said that when they don't get as much pressure, they can struggle. They might not get as many goals, but if they already have that goal on the board, they don't need to play insanely risky. They can push forward when they can. They can try to just keep the ball forward, but then they can just not take risks. As you see, Vice, the only one close to downfield, and Matt able to get up and get an easy pinch downfield there. Hallow will respond to it. Zach will try to chase it. He will, but just too extreme on the angle. It pings off the post, and it bounces away. Hallow looking for another 50 down. Just one shot forward. Zach trying to get it away. Now out off the corner again. Remy the 50 down. Wico out off the corner. Vice will get beat. Now Matt trying to turn around it. This one up in the air. Reset down. Looking for a shot. Wico gets the save. Still under 100 seconds left to play. Still only that one goal on the board. I think it was around this point we started to see Chicago turn it last game, but they're going to need to do it again because as of now, they're still trailing. Sent downfield here. Zach will get the play away. Now down off the sidewall. Zach, another one pop downfield, but it's right at Remy, and no one's able to challenge him. Remy now the reset down. Caught by Hallow, but he doesn't have boost, and Vice can dunk it again. It's just no boost, no possession, no pressure at all for Chicago. Calgary just really taking advantage of it, keeping them trapped and maybe scoring again, although Matt not able to get himself around that one. So it'll just be another close opportunity as the lead remains for now. Hallow getting it bumped, still trying to wait behind it. 50 back to Zach. Shot is there, but then saved away. Now Matt just sends it downfield again. 35 seconds to go. That touch is heavy, and Remy's there again. He'll slow it down. He'll reset under one. He'll 50 through another, but Hallow plays it well. Under 30 seconds, and that one finds its way in. 2-0. Calgary double the lead with 20 seconds left to go, and that should be the dagger here in game number 2. Still 20 seconds left to go. Definitely within the realm of possibility, but definitely far outside of the realm of probability. As another shot forward gets blocked away. Hallow, though, the reset. It's high. Matt pops it out. That'll waste so much more time, as Zach looked like perfect placement, but it's a little bit off. They will not get a goal. They will not get the game. And it is Calgary who are one game away from a sweep over Chicago. They'll outshoot them 10-6. So another pretty clear gap. And again, just that a couple more goals. This one's certainly cleaner than the last one, as they didn't need OT. Held a lead for the entire time, and then managed to just kind of add one more at the end to secure it. But as we get ready to load in for game number 3, the pressure is on. Obviously, we've seen some reverse sweeps in Pixel, but we're gonna need to see one in Prism, as Chicago are still undefeated for the moment, but it is on the brink of collapse, as it's Calgary again. But that one just saved away by Hallow, but the pressure continues. Pass across again, but Wiko's able to win the challenge. Zach, good control, good 50, but it's just out to the side wall. Wiko now looking for a back pass. 50 off the left side. Wiko back in the Fennec. Hallow trying to get this one back. Wiko taps it off the side, won't get a follow. Now popped up in the air. Vice takes it down, and Matt knows he can't risk going, so he'll shadow back and get a catch off the back wall. Will get awkward, but Remy's able to help him out. Now dropping down again. Hallow, 50 downfield, bouncing around, looking for a catch, looking to get it away. That must seal help, but it's Vice to cut it off in the midfield. Zach picking it up there, gets bumped ahead of it, but Wiko will move in to take it. Now around the outside again. Zach has the shot. Zach has the goal. It is 1-0 Chicago. Their first lead since game number 1. Pretty similar time frame to the first goal last game, but this time it goes the other way, as the Inferno will claim first blood, but it feels like they're likely going to need more, especially with how they've struggled to get offense throughout this series, but we'll see. Of course, we mentioned that Calgary seemed to be happy with the dynamic of when they have the lead, but now having to play from behind, we'll see if they get more desperate. And if that works out to give them the goal back, or if instead that ends up just playing it the other way and giving another mistake to add on to the lead, as Hallow able to cut it around Vice there. Now following it up the left wall, he'll go for the reset. We'll see if he got it. He did, but it's still blocked by Matt, as he'll send it the other way. We have seen Hallow just go for a few aerial plays. They have been few and far between, and they have been generally well defended. We've seen Calgary get a player in the way and usually dunk it all the way back into his half to start a threat for themselves. This one, though, popped up high. It'll be Vice to play it out to the side. Dropping down again. Vice staying with it. Hallow down off the ceiling. One more touch forward, but there's no threat. And Remy will get another free pop downfield. Wiko now just evades a bump, and he'll get the save away. That next touch will get it down into the corner, dropping back down. Hallow the 50 up. Bouncing down, Remy loses out to Zach. Wiko diving, but can't play it towards net. And so as we approach and cross the halfway point, it will still be 1-0 Chicago. This one's cleared away, pinched across. Hallow with the catch. Up in the air, dunked away by Remy. Vice now off the right side. This one controlled as it'll center itself back in again. Hallow trying to dive in. Off the left side again, bounced away. Wiko trying to pop it up, but Vice will get the beat on Zach, and that'll send it downfield. Now around, Hallow trying to stay with this one as well. Gets the flick away. Zach up the right wall. Pinch will come back down off the ceiling. Hallow now still trying to keep it close. It'll be Remy the other way. Now we go around the outside. Vice looking for the center. Wiko will be the one diving across. He'll keep it out to the corner. It has certainly felt like a very similar game. But again, it is the key difference. In those first two games, it was Calgary as, okay, never mind, doesn't matter. Was gonna say it felt like it was close, but that favors the team with the lead. Well, guess what? There isn't a lead anymore. Hallow just gets himself stuck way too awkward. Vice 50s it right through him. And Calgary tie up the game with 90 seconds left to go. And now the pressure is right back with Chicago. Maybe even more so as that one almost bounces in. It's saved away for the moment. Now this will end up with Hallow. He'll get control in the air. Reset. Musty forward looking for a 50. It'll bounce up high. And no one's there to follow it. Zach will get beat, but it was a double commit. It's open. Wiko puts the lead back into Chicago's hands. I mean, I didn't say I blamed him, Hallow. I just saw the end 50 was the fact that Hallow was there, was awkward, couldn't get a good one. Now you could certainly say his teammate, I believe missing the ball put him in that position, so it's not his fault, but, you know, still he's there. I said what happened. Vice tries to play this one down. I don't know what part of this is propaganda, I gotta be honest. Wiko trying to pop it up. Hallow. Looking for the play forward again. Going for it through the air, but Remy another good challenge as Zach will take a shot, but Vice is there for another save. Vice now down the middle again. Wiko trying to play it across. Remy there yet again, and he has a teammate in Matt. Matt now around the corner. Centered out. Vice is there. How about that one? As it's just an unfortunate touch there. Hallow trying to jump out. The light touch then just can't get the wave dash, and Vice is just there to punish yet again. Wiko stuck on the post, no boost, not able to get there. And so now the Chugs, another goal, and they'll tie it up again, keeping the pressure with Chicago. I mean, he could have, but he was no boost. It was kind of like the last, it was pretty similar to the last goal with roll reversed, I think. Again, I never said it was Hallow's fault. One player missed, made it very awkward. The second player can't make up for that. That doesn't change the fact that they were awkward. You know? As this one's played forward. Vice up towards the back wall. Has the double down, and it'll go wide. Like, I would say Wiko was certainly in an awkward spot there. Now, not as bad, because he wasn't close to the ball, but again, that doesn't mean it was his fault. That just means he got put in a bad spot, couldn't make the play. Still can be his teammate who put him in that position, who is more directly the cause of the goal. Not trying to play it down into the corner again. Wiko around the outside. We'll get a pretty good 50 as this one will roll wide. Vice trying to collect. We'll end up playing it towards Zach, but able to follow it up. There's a lot of space given here by Chicago. There'll be Wiko who's able to knock it wide, and he'll follow it up. Now up the right side. Wiko again down towards the net. But Remy's there in plenty of time. Bouncing down again, Remy will pop it up in the air. Vice gonna let it go, but Remy's already there. He'll shoot, and it's Vice, or nope, wrong player. It's Zach who gets back for it. Another one off the bar though, and there it is. You could feel the pressure, and again, eventually it reaches its breaking point. as there were a couple saves, a couple awkward plays. I muted it a little bit early, but that is okay because it will be, as we're going to go to the blank thing because I don't have the score updated quite yet. But it will be a sweep over to Calgary. Certainly a surprise. But I mean, for me, I think it's mainly a surprise just because I wasn't sure that Matt was going to be there. And so I think just based on the fact that Matt was there, I'm not entirely surprised. But at the same time, I am still very surprised it was a sweep. I still would have expected a closer game here. But that's just not what's going to happen as Calgary looked pretty good. Now, as you see mentioned, it is just Vice, but we are going to have an interview, and so we will be back in just one moment. And we are back with Calgary, or at least Vice, as you guys pick up the 3-0 sweep. How's it feel to now be back to 4-3?
I don't really care about the record. I'm just glad we won that series. Especially,
enough.
this is strictly Deweyko. That shit was light. He said it to me when I was casting that it was going to be a light series. So, just glad we picked up the 3-0 dub. Showed them, we're the truth. They got to face Hanoi next week, so do what you got to do.
I mean, it's tough schedules all around for the top teams, really.
It's tough schedules for anyone that faces us because next week they have Hanoi.
Yeah. That is actually how that goes. That is the trend. Yeah, that is how the schedule's set up.
It's very unfortunate that that's exactly how it worked.
Unless
now they're just facing all of us.
Unless you're Santa Carla.
Yeah, Santa Carla got lucky. They faced us week 1, which they got the dub on.
They didn't play Hanoi till week 3. They got a break week. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I'd say you guys expected the win.
Mm-hmm.
Did you expect it to be this one-sided?
Honestly, yeah. Our team has, I mean, this is kind of self-glazed, but, our team has 3 really solid players that have proven themselves in this league. And even with Remy, the new guy, I mean, he's already proved himself multiple times. That I wasn't really worried going into the series. And although they did have Hollow, which he's the big dog, you got to let him eat. But they still have Wiko and Zach, which, not discrediting them as players, but I don't think they're at the same caliber.
I don't think that's really taking them down to say. When you got Wiko or Hallow on the roster. But, I mean, the follow-up to that would be, what do you think made these games so one-sided?
Honestly, me, Matt, and Remy, even when we did make mistakes and there was multiple double commits, honestly, the only goals they really scored were us double committing and making a mistake. We were just, our comms were clear, we were flowing, and the things we were trying to fix previously, I felt really took place there, because Remy kept calming, okay, Vice, go back, Matt, you, things like that. He took control and gave us the IGL we needed to make sure we were a clean-cut roster, and clearly it proved to work.
Absolutely. Now, I assume, especially with this win, you guys are confident you'll make the playoffs?
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough. And then, I mean, next question I gotta ask. Up next on the schedule, you guys are scheduled up against Lincoln. How do you feel about that one?
Well, Maddie's gone.
Nice.
Remy's back now, but he's giga homework, so he's probably never going to be playing Rocket League for the next week.
Fair.
But we don't have Matt, so, it might be another little call-up from Kaipo. See if he can shine again.
I just said in my last interview I was hoping we wouldn't have to face him. Uh-oh.
But I don't know. I mean, it really comes down to, if you guys are performing, because you guys are a good team, but there are performances you guys put out that are very lacking, that you don't look at, the caliber you should be. So, it really comes down to how you guys are playing in the third we do pick up.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, congratulations on your win, and good luck next week.
Thank you. You too, Big Up. Thank you for casting.
Absolutely. All right, and that will do it then for the second game of the night, as we are going to have another sweep, but not in the direction you may have expected, as we are going to have the Calgary Chugs taking down a sweep Now, again, with Matt there, makes sense. We'll see coming up as they are going to be missing Matt for a couple weeks here. I think they'll be pretty happy if they miss out on the play-in because that buys them 2 more weeks of not having to play with Matt gone. So, I think that's definitely going to be their ideal, but we'll see. As your final score here, one last time, Calgary 3, Chicago nothing. So that'll wrap up the night for Prism. Of course, we do have one more game left to go. That'll be over in Pixel, assuming, just one more game. And no matter what, there will be implications on that one. So we hope to see you back then. But that does it for now. I'll just kind of assume that the stream will be live in 15 minutes, game in 25. I'm all in the wrong order on this outro, but that does it. We'll see you back in a little bit to wrap up the night.